1 week after a deadly shooting at the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office in Wallace, we're investigating what's happened with the case so far.
Our winter woes return. Temperatures climb back into the 40s this weekend, and we're talking widespread rain across the region.
Plus, the latest is SpokAnimal continues to fight an unknown illness that's put adoptions on hold.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Amanda Rowley. Mark Hanrahan has the day off. Well, tonight, authorities continue to investigate a deadly shooting in Wallace.
Holy.
Today, a viewer sent us a new video at the time of that shooting. It happened one day after Christmas. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy shares the latest on what they've found.
Police tape is still outside the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office 1 week after a gunman was killed and 3 people were injured in a shooting that took place both inside and outside the lobby of the Sheriff's Office. KREM 2 obtained this video at the time of the shooting, taken by someone who lives nearby who heard shots firing out. The Sheriff's Office identified the shooter as 77-year-old John Drake. He died at the scene. Right now, the Sheriff's Office has not confirmed any motive in the incident or provided any information on updating security protocols to their office. According to the Coeur d'Alene Press, Shoshone Commissioner Dave Dose released a statement in the aftermath of the shooting, saying in part, "This terrible event from last week should most definitely cause county leadership to re-examine security at all county facilities to look for places where we can increase/improve safety for the public and the employees of Shoshone County." We're told all 3 victims in this shooting are recovering well. In Wallace, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
And the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office says the front desk there in Wallace will reopen again on January 12th. All right, let's shift gears now and take a look at weather. Our weather team is expecting things to warm up, so the little bit of snow we saw this morning could likely turn into some rain. Jeremy, what can you tell us?
Well, it is already coming down as rain, and we have some dense fog to go along with it. Temperatures sit in the 30s right now, but that is above freezing. 33 degrees out at the airport, and every bit as warm in downtown Spokane. We do have some dense fog that we're contending with. Most of that out in Airway Heights, but visibility down to about a mile in Spokane. When it comes to that fog, it is likely going to stick around a bit longer. We have another push of moisture coming in later tonight. Temperatures in the 30s, widespread until you find the Palouse. 40s in Pullman and Moscow, and that's because they saw rain last night and not the snow like the rest of us. There's our next round of rain already working its way in, and it will continue to spread up through the remainder of the evening. We'll see it overnight, and by tomorrow, another giant push of moisture takes us into the day and bumps our temperatures back into the 40s both Saturday and Sunday.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Washington State will see several changes this year with new laws now going into effect. One of the biggest shifts involves impaired driving. A new law extends the DUI look-back period from 10 to 15 years, making it easier for repeat offenders to face felony charges and tougher penalties. And Senate Bill 5689 adds an option for blood type information to be added to a driver's license and ID cards, making the information more accessible to first responders. And now workers are included in getting access to leave and safety accommodations if they're victims of hate crimes or bias incidents. Now, earlier this month, the Trump administration reclassified marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug, meaning the federal government is treating it more like a prescription drug. This move could bring new medical research and FDA-approved marijuana products. But now, Idaho lawmakers are calling on President Trump to reconsider. Senators Mike Crapo and Jim Risch says the action undermines efforts to, quote, make America great again. They argue marijuana still fits the high-risk category of Schedule 1 drugs because of its abuse potential and lack of FDA approval. The Natural Medicine Alliance of Idaho survey found 83% of voters statewide favor legalizing medical cannabis through a tightly regulated program. Well, property owners across Washington state are suing Spokane, several other Washington cities, and the governor for the COVID-era eviction moratorium. The moratorium put a stop to most evictions as millions of people across the country either lost their jobs or were temporarily laid off at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Property owners filed the lawsuit in Thurston County last month. We are working to obtain a copy of that lawsuit. And tonight, SpokAnimal says it now knows what infection is causing respiratory issues for 19 dogs at its shelter. Pet adoptions remain on hold due to the spread of the illness, which starts off like kennel cough and then gets worse. This afternoon, the shelter says none of the 19 sick dogs have died or had to be euthanized. Right now, the administration is unsure when they'll reopen for adoptions. They say it depends on how long it takes to eradicate the infection. And we're learning more about what caused an outbreak of parvo at SCRAPS. A spokesperson for Spokane County says a vet discovered the case of parvo after testing a recently adopted dog. Parvo is a highly contagious and often fatal virus that attacks a dog's intestines and immune system. The county says they haven't found any new cases since last month. Adoptions for adult dogs are still closed until January 13th at the earliest. Right now, they are only taking adult dogs in emergency situations. You can still adopt cats or puppies. Well, Adams Elementary students will return to class at a new site when school starts up again this month. The district is replacing the old school building thanks to the passage of the Together Spokane ballot issue. For the time being, the students will be at Camp Adams, which is the old Jefferson Elementary building on Grand Avenue. Adams was first built in 1909. It's the oldest school in Spokane, and enrollment growth in the area required the addition of several portable buildings in the 1970s. The old building is expected to be demolished in the next month or so. A groundbreaking and construction of the new school will start in February or March. All right, still ahead on KREM 2 News at 5.
It is time to change our state's outdated, upside-down tax system to serve the needs of Washingtonians today.
Washington's wealthiest people could find themselves paying a new tax in this new year. Find out the details of Governor Bob Ferguson's new plan. That's our story next. Then a large quake rocks Mexico. We'll show you what was caught on streaming cameras.